Bum, ba, da, bum. And we're live for
okay?
Yes, that was great.
Okay.
We're live for episode 24. I can't look away, Bo. I have to be looking at them straight, and you know why. Guys, welcome to episode 24 of Live on Two Wheels.
That just hit me.
Welcome to episode 24 of Live on Two Wheels, your weekly motorcycle live show. What?
Just doing change something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you changed the words. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right,
We ain't
guys.
talking about that shit.
Yeah, right, exactly. What's going on, guys? Welcome to your weekly motorcycle live show. I'm Chase on Two Wheels, joined by Bo.
I ain't following you.
Guys, I'm sitting in this awkward position because there has been a change. If you've noticed, there's been a change. I typically had long hair, and my sister-in-law came into town. Or not came into town. She lives in town. She lives like fucking 20 minutes from me and Heather. But she was over at the house on Sunday, and casually, she was like, "Hey, you want me to cut your hair?" She does hair cutting. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure." And then I was like, "Wait. We've been doing something every single week. Have we been doing it since we started?"
Close.
Close.
Yeah.
Every week on this show. We have not missed a show, by the way. We are on episode 24, and we do
already upset people in the chat. You look straight.
Oh, sorry. We do something every week. It is called a mullet check. Ladies and gentlemen, up until this week, I've just had longer hair. We've been growing my hair out. But
This is we.
Heather and I. It's a team effort. Guys, for the live show alone, I told my sister-in-law, I was like, "Hey, let's cut a mullet for at least one episode." So since Sunday, I've been rocking out a pure mullet, and I don't know if you guys are ready for it. If you're only listening, because this is available on audio only, you need to watch this episode. Bo, are we ready to do this?
Yeah. Where is everyone?
I noticed that it says 33.
Yeah.
Something makes me feel strange about that. Like something.
Yeah, well, let's hope the mullet check brings him in.
Yeah. All right. So this means it's not a mullet check anymore. It's a mullet done. All right. Ta-da! Check it. Oh, party in the back.
Some mud flaps.
Business in the front. So yeah, Bo and I were talking. It's essentially a mud flap.
Yeah. You're like a Peterbilt now.
Yay! So yeah, I have been rocking a full mullet, and I think it's hilarious, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Heather told me I can keep it until we start shooting weddings again.
Nice.
So I don't know if I'm going to keep it until then. You guys are going to have to find out next week. Anyways, guys, this is Live on Two Wheels. We talk about motorcycles. We do it every single week. And mullet or not.
Come mullet or high water.
Oh God, guys, drop a like for the mullet. I expect the most likes on this live show as compared to every other live show, because I've never had a full on mullet.
You know what's interesting about that?
What's interesting about this?
The fact that I have long hair, but you do know how it's cut, right?
Mm-hmm. No, you've had a mullet the whole time.
The whole
time. You're like an incognito mullet.
Yeah. I just don't go around. I'm not like, a CrossFitter, and I'm not telling everybody about my mullet.
So, guys, we are going to talk about getting back to the actual show. This is not just a bullshit hour with... Well, it is a bullshit hour with me and Bo, but,
most... change the episode till we talk about mullets?
No, I think we'd have even less people watch somehow. So, guys, we're going to talk about a motorcycle. It's not a fad, but we're going to talk about, like, Bo and I's thoughts on motorcycling. Like, we got a whole new segment that we randomly got really interested in. We're going to talk about why.
It's got a big resurgence.
It's going to have... It's having a really big resurgence, or it has been for a little while. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the like button if you're here watching us live. If you're watching us just after the fact, hitting the like button also helps. If you guys are listening to us on the podcast platforms that are your favorite, aka Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, we would appreciate it if you're on Apple Podcasts. If you go leave a review, we love you a long time. We're trying to get to the number 2 motorcycle podcast. And we got we have some stiff competition to get the second spot, so we need your help. We're
mostly fighting against ourselves.
We are mostly fighting against ourselves. Yeah, because we're spending half the show talking about mullets. I can't with Heather saying he whips his mullet back and forth. That's hilarious. He rips his mullet. All right, I'm gonna stop. So, guys, every time we start the show, we always talk about housekeeping. Oh, we do the Discord thing. Go follow our Discord. It's a link in the description if you're watching us live or watching, period. And totally free, doesn't cost anything, and that's where we are trying to build a community of like-minded motorcycle enthusiasts. We would love to have you guys on there. Like I said, doesn't are we mulleting out today?
Somebody wanted to see the other mullet.
Oh yeah, we'll be mullet bros. So you guys go check out Discord, and if you go to Discord, there's a Live on Two Wheels page on Discord. And what are we looking for today? But we're gonna give somebody $50 Revzilla gift card for doing what?
Let's see the dirtiest bike.
To go with the whole mullet thing? Okay, cool.
Or the adventure thing.
Oh, yeah. Bonus points if you can find somebody with a mullet riding a motorcycle. Or no, not riding because you wouldn't have a helmet on. If you can find a mullet person with a motorcycle, you get bonus points.
Yeah.
Go to our Discord, go to the Live on Two Wheels section, post photos there. We're going to pick somebody at the end of the show, and then we're going to get your info, send you a $50 Revzilla gift card. Yeah. I keep almost saying $500 gift card, and
wow.
I would love if this show ever got that popular. Can you imagine if weekly we gave away $500 Revzilla gift card? I want to win that. Anyway,
how do I get into that?
How do I think you're not legally allowed. So guys, before we get into the topic of, dare I say, middleweight adventure bikes, before we get into that, Bo, what are we almost done filming? Tell the people.
Can we talk? Can we say?
Well, we meant to talk about it last time, and Chase got too heated and didn't get into the topic.
That's fair.
But
I also wish my hair was this wavy all the time, but it's not. So,
sorry about that.
I am finishing up the.
We should be done tomorrow, right?
Yeah, should be done tomorrow. The Learn to Ride series,
guys. We have a 5-episode learning from literally like from early Chase days where Chase didn't know anything.
It's like 3 episodes of learning.
Don't judge my 5th episode, okay? Don't you dare.
Yeah.
So guys, we're not going to get into who we partnered with. We'll show you it's all going to get posted next week hopefully.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, 5 episodes of taking people from not even knowing how to drive a manual car, shifting, having no idea about clutches, taking that person. And if we do our job well, hopefully they can watch through all 5 episodes and they will have a very clear understanding of how to ride a motorcycle. I don't think they'll be able to go ride. We tell them to go practice and stuff like that. But we have been working our butts off on that. Filming it. We've been filming it for 3 weeks now.
We were held hostage by the weather.
Well, no. So we got the deal made, and then we had to wait a month and a half because it rained literally every day.
Yeah,
and
bad.
Then we filmed for I think it was a week and a half, and now we are to the point. It's almost done. Finishes tomorrow. Can't be more excited about it. I think they're coming together pretty well.
It's good. It is a reminder of when I started learning how to ride.
Right.
And the resources were there, and the only reason I felt like I did an okay job at the MSF course was because I had a little bit of research, but there wasn't
pre-knowledge before you go into that.
Yeah,
right.
because understanding what things are, where they are in relation, all that stuff. That's the stuff that contextually you don't understand.
Well, your brain's already prepped up for it.
Exactly.
So one thing I'm really interested in, and I literally just thought of this when I saw Heather's comment. Heather's my wife. If you guys hear me keep mentioning Heather, I'm interested to get her to watch all 5 episodes and see.
Put her on a motorcycle.
Well, I mean, honestly, it would be interesting to see how she takes that information. You know what I mean? Because she would be a really good, detector. Litmus test. Yeah, sure. I don't know what the hell a litmus is, but anyway. So what else? Oh, that's all we've been focusing on this entire week. So that's.
Yeah. I mean that's
honestly
pretty much the Sportster review came out.
Sportster review finally came out. We
R7 in the
finally
highway.
got our knowledge together. even been tracking that video to see how well it's doing. But like people seem to be into the Sportster S from Harley.
Last I checked, it's like 20-something K.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a lot of good conversation. A lot of people kind of in the same boat. Like, I think one person was like, "I hate that I like where Harley is going." So it's been pretty cool. Kind of the same thing we've been talking about internally.
Right. Also, real quick, guys in the chat, how many of y'all are like massive R7 fans? Because we've had the R7 in the shop from Yamaha, as you guys know. And, bro, every video we put out of that motorcycle does phenomenally well.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, I was joking with Heather about this, but, like, I legitimately think it's a good business move to buy one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. But, like, if the videos keep doing that well, like, how am I supposed to not? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to buy a motorcycle. I don't need one.
Right.
But, like, come on, man.
I tell you what, man.
And it's only $9,000?
Yeah, that's the thing.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. That's my problem right now looking for bikes, is that I'm just like, there are so many good bikes coming out lately that are not that expensive.
I feel like every freaking week that we do this show, because, like, I'll be honest, the most research I do in the motorcycle industry is for this freaking show. Like, so, like, we'll be prepping up for the show, and it'll be a segue in today's episode, but, like, I find out that there are so many motorcycles right now. And today, we're going to talk about an entire segment of them that we knew they existed. We knew that this middleweight adventure bike segment was a thing and getting more popular and more popular, but I had no freaking idea until we looked into it. And that's what we're talking about today, guys. The middleweight adventure segment. And, Bo, I think I might be set up and ready to sell my WR250.
That's a bold statement.
So, fun facts for you guys. Let me bring up a photo of my WR for you guys that don't know. It's a supermoto bike. I've had it. I think I've had that WR longer than any motorcycle.
Well, that one?
That specific one, yeah. Because I've had it for, I think, like 6 years now. Here, let me find a photo of it. But I've had that supermoto for about 6 years. It's been really cool. It is a literal tank, you guys. I've wrecked it multiple times, and it just keeps on chugging. It's totally fine. But if I'm going to be honest, for the last little while, I don't really ride it that much. As you guys can see, my MT-10 is on the lift behind me. That's the thing I ride. Like, I ride it in every day unless I have, some sort of like media bike that I'm riding, which we are lucky enough to have. It's a terrible photo. Let me try to find a better one. But I have this cool WR250 at my house, and I just don't ride it because I don't think it kind of fits my riding style right now. It's a beautiful motorcycle. I love it. It looks really cool.
You've had a lot of fun on it.
I've had a lot. So that's my thing. Like, I've gotten my time out of the motorcycle. I think I've just moved on. I don't think supermotos are my thing anymore. Oh yeah, if you could show my screen right now, that's my. Oh no, look, that's actually both our bikes. What a convenient.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what a funny little thing.
That's the old Scarlet there.
Yeah. So guys, that's my WR250.
It's pretty
supermoto.
Funny that's a picture of two bikes that we're both trying to get rid of.
That's actually that. That makes so much more sense. I'm so glad I found that photo. Yeah. So guys, I want to make it clear. There is nothing wrong with my WR. I love wheeling it. I have no problem riding it all over the place. But, I've got my MT-10. That's my comfortable motorcycle. And the other day, we did a like a first impressions video because Brian had randomly texted me that Aprilia was going to put out a Touareg, which is they're going to use their 660 engine that they have in their RS660 and their Tuono 660, and they're going to make a little adventure bike out of it. Very similar to how Yamaha has their R7, they have their MT-07, and they have their Tenere 700 with the CP2 engine. They all have the exact same engine. So Aprilia is going to do the same thing, and we watched the Aprilia launch thing and all, and I was like, wow, this is a really cool looking motorcycle. That got me kind of into like, oh, this is interesting, because these are... essentially they are more capable supermotos. It is kind of the way I look at it. They got bigger engines. They can go more miles. Because, like, guys, riding my supermoto on the highway is Sketchfest 2021. If you do this, like, barely move your handlebars and you're going, like, 55 plus, bro, it just starts doing this.
I had a thought about this, though.
Uh-huh.
I think that when you first started riding T, you had a lot more people that you used to ride with. Like, we had smaller groups and stuff.
Yes.
And in my opinion, those bikes really shine
Right.
with a group because you're
Very Grom style with that.
right. And now that's not so much. We stopped riding with that crew because it got kind of like weird.
that's my fault. I could find people to ride with.
Well, so we had that group, but like it started getting really weird. And like there was Facebook drama and stuff like that, and they were doing a lot of like nonsense, and we just kind of pulled back from them.
Well, like if I'm gonna be honest, dude, the supermoto. So like me and Yummy's series is a perfect example of if you got another buddy to ride with, and you've got two supermotos, you can have a great time.
Bro, me and my friend used to ride 50cc scooters around. We had a whole bunch of us.
Right,
blasty blast.
Yeah, the size of a motorcycle has literally nothing to do with how much fun you can have with it. But bro, I'm not going to lie. So this Touareg's got my attention, and we're going to talk about all the bikes in this class so we can kind of get familiarized with it. Yeah. But, like...
It is a class that I never looked at because of...
Well, like, I never looked at it either, but, like, it was never, like, I looked at it.
Small.
You am small. I knew about this, like, middleweight class, but it was always like, nah, I'll get into the adventure bikes later on in life. But recently... Tenere 700 looking dope, Touareg looking like a T7 that has tech, and then the other day that tipped this iceberg over to expose the depths that it goes, we got invited on this cool little Triumph, what do you even call it, like a day trip?
It was like a break-in trip.
Triumph messaged us, because Triumph's local here to Atlanta. They messaged me and were like, hey, do you and the crew want to join us for a 200-something mile day ride? We show up at Triumph headquarters. All the team, me, Bo, Brian, and Luke. Y'all, they had 15, 20 Triumph bikes. They had almost their entire line just sitting in a parking lot. And it was literally like, hey, whatever you want to ride, run to it and ride it. And then, we were swapping out throughout the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Bo did not plan on this. Bo, tell them what the hell happened with your Flamingo gang ass.
So we started off, and I was on the Triumph Bobber.
Bo would not let people ride the Bobber.
That's not true.
I had to be like, Bo, please get off the Bobber and let me ride it for 30 minutes.
That's because you wanted to switch out with a freaking...
And even then.
I rode the Street Triple RS. I rode the Trident.
I'm surprised you didn't like the Street Triple RS a little more. Like, because you were almost on Bo complain status.
It's not comfortable. Like, that kind of position is just not comfortable.
For you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, it's not comfortable for anybody. Just certain people are, like, nobody that gets on there going like, oh, this is the pinnacle of comfort. It's just some people take, or can handle that kind of riding position. That's not me, baby. I got bad back. I got blown out knees. Like,
well, no, it's totally a personality thing because I have a bad back too. But that bike's more comfortable to me than the Bobber. We kind of talked about that.
But yeah, you've sat on bikes like that, so you know how to sit on it to deal with the discomfort. There is no part of you that can look at it and go, this is a comfortable bike. You have learned a way to make an uncomfortable bike not suck for longer.
Anyway, move on.
The point is, I go through a couple of these bikes. I end up back on the Bobber for a little bit, and then we get to a stop, and Doodle was there, and she was on the Tiger 900 low.
I did not know this bike exists. If you guys don't know, the Tiger series is Triumph's adventure bikes. They have a Tiger 850. They have a Tiger 900. They have it. The 900 goes into the Rally Pros, and I believe they have a Tiger 1200.
Yeah.
Which is strange that they have an 850 and a 900 like concurrently in the line. But anyway, you were on the 900 Pro or low.
So I got on that because me and her have similar inseams.
How tall and what's your inseam real quick?
Just so we can get a baseline. I'm 5'7" with a 31, 32 inch inseam.
Okay.
she is 5'4" with a 31-inch inseam, but her legs are also like that. My thighs are her torso. Like I have thick boy thighs. Like I'm mostly thighs. I'm 200 pounds, and it's almost all in this gorilla dumpy in these tree trunks. Like that's so I have a hard time fitting on most motorcycles that are tall because their seats are also wide.
Right.
And I can't get my fat boy thighs around them. So
you have interesting problems, Bo. I'm going to be honest.
So most bikes that are tall, I don't feel comfortable on unless I can get a good footing. Like I have no problem, just like I did with the Daytona, and just like I've done with a lot of tall bikes. If I can get a foot down and have one foot on the peg, I can be all right if the weight's okay. Mm-hmm. But once that like balance, that's outside of my comfort zone, and I just don't like it. I want to be comfortable at a stop or at slow speeds. And so ADV bikes were just out the door.
You didn't even look at them.
Yeah, because they're all like 17 feet tall.
And they're heavy most of the time.
And like 9,000 pounds. So I'm just like, okay, well, never going to do that. So I rode this thing, and I'm just like, bro, I want one.
So the seat, bro, the seat on this thing literally looks like the tail of a motorcycle, and it goes,
it's like a boomerang.
And it goes, it's like, how is the seat even that low?
Yeah.
Seeing, for one, I really wish I would have. I had my helmet that didn't have a GoPro on it, so I couldn't record anything.
Yeah.
I'm really sad, though.
I'm surprised we didn't record anything. That was
no,
the biggest
I told you guys, I intentionally went to not record. I posted some stuff on Instagram. If you guys are asking for photos and stuff, if you go to my Instagram, it's, where is it? Right there. If you go to this thing. I've got some photos from the event, but I intentionally went there just to ride. I didn't want to record anything because I wanted to actually spend a day riding. I really wish I'd had video, though, because seeing you on an adventure bike is something I never expected to see.
Bro.
But because the seat height was so low, because obviously, we're hitting stop signs and stuff, and I'm like, Bo is legitimately on a Tiger 900.
Yeah, with no problem.
And having not only no problem, but enjoying yourself riding it.
It was so comfortable. Now I see why people love them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Patty Rick, man. Like
with a Super T?
With the Super T, but like he loves that bike. And now I get it when you see all these people that are going like 1,200 miles in a trip, and like now I'm like, okay, because I used to ride dirt when I was a kid.
Right.
And like the natural progression would have been in an ADV had I not been blessed with the shortest of stature. And so I never
Your shortness stole it from you.
Exactly. My dreams were stolen from me by my damned height. So like I never looked into it, but I was always interested.
Right.
I was obsessed with dirt bikes as a kid.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of riding. Less about like motocross and more like enduro style.
Right.
And adventure bikes is the next step up on that for the most part.
Right. Well, so Bo rides this 900 Tiger, and then we're like, they offer low seat heights. Mm-hmm. This is going to open up an entirely new sector of people.
Yeah.
And then we mix that with this Touareg 660 thing that I'm into.
Yeah.
And Bo and I were talking this week of like, what is happening right now? Yeah. Because to be clear, I'm totally happy with my MT10. I absolutely love it. But like, I love it so much to the point where when I get up in the morning and I'm like, all right, I'm going to ride into work. I've got a WR250 and I got an MT10. There is not even a question. That WR does not leave the house. But I think if I was on something like a middleweight adventure bike, it would be like there would be an actual conversation.
I have a feeling that you would not ride the MT10.
I think you are totally wrong. So, before we get going,
that bitch be collecting dust.
You shut the hell up. Don't you ever talk about her and her presence like that. So I want everybody to get on the same playing field. We have, as typical, we have collected the group of bikes that are in this class right now, and I'm probably wrong. We all know I'm an idiot, but hey, we're all here. So we will play this game. I've collected some info. We can do it too. So Bo, you let me know when you've got my screen on, and we'll figure it out.
Right, well, I've got like 40 million windows open, so you're gonna have to just bear with me.
Why you got 40 million windows open?
Because I'm trying to run.
Oh yeah, no, please continue running the show. I don't want these people
to go
on your
screen there, bud.
All right, guys. So we've mentioned it. Yamaha's 2021 Tenere 700.
Yep.
If I'm gonna be honest, I would get this thing if it had ride modes. Not ride modes, but a technology package and a better screen. That is truly the only thing stopping me from being like, hi, Yamaha, how do I work my magic to get one of these right now?
I slept on this until I saw that video of that dude riding.
We're going to show you guys a video on a T7, and Jesus Christ.
So we got the Tenere 700.
We got the Tenere 700. Next up, this is the Tiger 850. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with this is not the exact bike Bo rode, but it is the same bike that Luke and I rode from Louisiana to Atlanta in one day. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's pretty ridiculous. Triumph was just like, we need 2 Tigers in Atlanta. And Luke and I were like, okay, cool, let's go. We flew to Los Angeles. Not Los Angeles, my God.
Nope.
We flew to Louisiana, picked the bikes up, and rode back to Atlanta same day. It's pretty crazy. So that's Tiger's 850. They do have the 900. They do have the 1200, but this is their low boy. No cruise control, though. Interestingly, no cruise control on the T7 either.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
What else we got?
This is what we did the first impressions on, the Touareg 660. I will mention, though, there was people that mentioned this in our previous video that we talked about. The 660 engine that Aprilia is putting into this thing has a massive recall right now.
Yeah.
I looked into this. Check this out. So this is that video, guys. 12 hours. We made it back, blah, blah, blah. So, Aprilia recall of certain RS660 and Tuono 660 motors. The summary of it is the recall was the engine crankshaft connecting rod may break due to improper heat treatment. So that's worrisome. Another reason I don't really think I would be able to be sold on a Touareg is because of the dealer network for Aprilia.
Yeah.
There's not many of them. The closest one to us, Savannah. Which is 6 hours away. Because you're gonna have
that's worse than Indians.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get maintenance done, and you're gonna have to. I mean, you don't have to, but you need to get that done at an OEM dealer.
All right.
So I got to drive 6 hours. I don't know.
True.
All right. Next up, big boy in the class, KTM 890 Adventure. Now I want you guys to keep an eye on this price, $1,309. I don't know if you guys can see it. $13,000. That's a chunk of change, fam.
That is a chunk of change.
I would show you the R model, but there was not enough made. There was like 400 made, and they sold out in a couple hours.
Oh, wow.
So bikes are already hard to find. The R model essentially just gives you better suspension.
Got a shout out for the Himalayan 400.
We did look into the Himalayan 400.
And I will just say that H.E. Boots rode one across Asia. So it's put up with thousands.
So there's
of
that.
months, yeah. Or kilometers, sorry, I should say.
Okay. Oh, yes. Let's be global.
That's what she uses. She's from the Netherlands.
All right. Big boy in the class. Oh, tiny, big name in the class here, guys.
Big name in the class.
If you guys are unfamiliar with the adventure segment, the BMW GS is like the GOAT.
Yeah.
It was the from what I understand, it's
pretty much what everybody uses to.
It's the trendsetter. That's the guy.
Yeah.
So the BMW, the GS that everybody thinks of as a GS, like you guys have seen a GS before if you're into motorcycles.
Yeah.
You're thinking of the GS 1200.
It's big.
You're thinking of the big guy. This is a smaller. This is the F850 GS Adventure. So as you guys can see, we're trying to clump these in together.
All right.
Next up, we have the brand new. For last year or this year, something like that, Kawasaki KLR. Now, I've done a first ride of one of these before, and bro, this thing is a tank. It feels like a tractor. It's not fast, and it's not great at really anything.
That's how I feel about the little boy too from them.
Well,
the Supermoto.
Yeah,
same thing.
But you feel riding like this, this thing, you could drop it off a cliff. And you could get all the way down into the valley, pick the bike up, and keep going. It feels like that. Now I haven't owned one. They also come in at a really good price point, $7,000 for a brand new. This is brand new KLR, and this is the ABS model.
These are so far we have touched things that are very adventure focused, like multi-use.
It's very on-off road,
right? So we have 2 of them that are more on road than they are off road.
Yes,
on our list. There's more, but there's 2 of them that are on the
right.
So the KLR first off, in my opinion, looks the best. I just like the way it looks. It looks very utilitarian.
So I'm not gonna lie. When I was doing this research ship,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, let me look at what Kawasaki's got. I saw the KLR, and I'm like, hold the hell on.
Yeah.
Because like, bro, KLRs haven't changed in a while.
I don't know what it is, but I just like the way that looks. Low back end, high, I like the Africa Twin.
You know what it
kind of
looks like? It looks like a baby multi, kind of.
A little bit.
It looks like a baby bird multi.
So to me, this reminds me of like I said, the what's the one that we had a picture of it
Earlier?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. The way that the T7 has that frame that is just this shield that sits on the front of the bike. I like that. Like, I like that style. This thing is like, it's very short in the back, high in the front.
Yeah.
And it just looks like it's built like a tank. I think it's the best looking.
I was very surprised when I got to the KLR, and I was like, I don't know how I feel right now. I didn't want to like it. Yeah. I wanted to just include it because I want to be inclusive and make sure we show everything. And then I looked at this and I'm like, one, Kawasaki did a phenomenal job with their product photos. You guys need to go to the Kawasaki website and look at KLRs. Mm-hmm. They did a great job. This is just one photo. There was plenty of them.
It's also the cheapest in that displacement class so far.
Right. So next up we have Suzuki's. Next up we has Suzuki V-Strom. They got a 650. They've been making it for a while. I remember I have ridden a V-Strom before. I believe it's a 1050 that I rode back in the day. It's been a couple years. Yeah. It is a surprisingly good motorcycle.
Yeah.
It hasn't. It looks a little old-fashioned. It needs a little updating.
Welcome to Suzuki, where we have already paid for our R&D.
No,
10 years over.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm not the nicest to Suzuki. I've got an episode planned where I'm going to boil them alive. That's a terrible statement. I would like to. Can I retract the statement I just made?
Boy, we're about to get sued. We're going to get arrested.
I have an episode where I am very critical of Suzuki's updating of their bikes, but
cries in DRZ.
Yeah. I will say though, the V-Strom is probably one of the better bikes Suzuki makes. We won't get into the other ones, but the V-Strom is there. I know a lot of people really like the V-Strom.
That was the word that I was looking for, the Dakar rally bikes. I like that style.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so V-Strom, boom.
Uh-huh.
And then, so Honda has an NC750X, which is the closest thing we could find that really matches the
Africa
class.
Twin is like...
It's too big.
It's too big, but it also is more of an enduro kind of style, like rally kind of thing, and specifically for that,
to be fair, the Africa Twin is
the only other one they have is the rally edition of the 300.
Yeah, and that's too small, so we couldn't really find a good Honda to put here, so it is what it is.
Yeah, this is more in the multi-strata kind of line where it's like street touring.
Right.
Yeah.
And here it is. Here it is, my boys. Now, we all know Husqvarna is basically the techie kid of the KTM family.
Yep.
Everything Husqvarna, it comes from KTM. This, as you guys can see, is based on the KTM 790 Adventure with the 890 power plant.
We got 25 minutes, by the way. So.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. Keep it going.
I thought we've been rolling through this. Anyway, this is called the Norden 901.
Another brilliant name from them.
The names are just...
I wanted them to call it the Nordenpillen.
Bro, here's what I want. You know how there's so many videos that are sponsored by NordVPN? I want to get a NordVPN sponsorship and buy a Husqvarna Norden 901 with it. That's my dreams right now. I think this is the coolest looking bike I have seen in a long time.
See, and it follows that same kind of that idea of like there's a shield in front of you. It's all one piece. It's that very rally style.
It very much has that kind of front shield thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I dig it.
So, guys, these are generally the price, or the prices. I'm literally looking at the price. This is generally the bikes that we're looking at in this category.
Right.
But I want one of these so bad, dude. So I have in my head, I want to be like, oh, you know what would be fun today? Literally 2 of us on middleweight adventures could go off-road and have the best day ever. That's what's in my head right now. Pack some waters.
I know I would have fun on that. I really do, because like I wanted to take that Tiger off-road so bad, because I was like, this thing is giving me.
So how much? What was the weight like on that thing?
It felt great.
But on road.
On road, it felt great, and it felt stable, which is not typically what happens with bikes like that, because they have a smaller footprint to be more nimble for off-road use.
Right.
Well, so like, so that we can keep the show moving and whatnot, I wanted to kind of touch on why I think that this market is kind of having a resurgence.
For the last couple of years, for you guys that don't know, the adventure side of the motorcycle space has been booming.
Silent. For a while there, it was like this silent killer, and then all of a sudden it exploded, and now it's all public and people are talking about it.
Right.
But I
don't see a lot of content on it though.
No, because those are the kind of people that
I was gonna say, do you know why we don't see content? Because these people are too fucking busy riding these things out in areas that they don't have service, so they can't post online while they're riding. They can't post on Instagram because they're out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, 100%. So I thought it'd be interesting. I just want to give kind of my opinion why I think this is happening.
I would, Bo, could you please give me your opinion on what you think?
I would gladly give you my opinion on what I think. So this happens with all motorcycles right now. The tech in motorcycles is getting cheaper because we've gotten to that point where the baseline used to be the highest that you could get. So now, several generations have gone through, and now the top of the line is easier and cheaper to make, so they can put it in other things without much cost.
Right.
So you have tech getting cheaper. They're able to offer it in these bikes that were typically not so the Tiger 900 had like ride modes and stuff like that in it.
Right.
Which I was like, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So you have that. The prices are getting lower, and because it's a smaller displacement, they can lower the price even more. So now your barrier of entry is going on. Well, we've had a pandemic for like 2 years now.
Right.
People are trapped up inside their houses.
I know, they're like, I need an adventure.
So motorcycle sales as a whole have taken a hit, but are still fairly high, especially compared to other industries.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is people have been like trapped in their homes, and it's a thing you can do while still like being cognizant of keeping other people safe and distancing yourself.
You're in a helmet, man. You're already social
You're out by yourself, So like, I look at all 3 of those things combined, and I'm like, yeah, adventure bikes, like, it's not just a dirt bike, so you don't have to trailer it anywhere.
Right.
They're made for like long distance hauls.
Well, that's what I kind of love about them.
So you can ride it to where you want to go.
Yes.
And then fucking full send.
And then as long as you don't go
full do,
and as long as you don't go too crazy, you can make it home.
Yeah.
If you need to. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been interesting to watch that kind of resurgence, and the fact that more and more people are now posting about it. Because we did some cursory searches, and there's a lot of people riding the Tenere 700.
Well, so another interesting thing from kind of our little bubble, like we do the best we can not to live inside of a bubble with our channel. Like we stay really busy about it. But one thing that I think we kind of get stuck in is that our audience, we don't have a huge adventure audience. We've tried making adventure videos before. Sometimes they do good. Sometimes they don't do so good.
Yeah.
So, we kind of get stuck in that mode a lot of the time. So when I say like, oh, I didn't even know this wasn't even on my radar, because like at the end of the day, you guys are my radar. You guys asking us about certain bikes, that's what gets us looking around. But we started doing some searching, and the T7 specifically
is getting a lot of heat
getting
out there.
a lot of attention.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, so like, I think
especially that one dude, wherever he's from.
We're gonna show you guys a video.
We featured him in a topical moto vlog. Briefly.
Yeah.
And so I immediately went, but oh my goodness, this guy.
Yeah.
This is what made me kind of kick back and think like, oh yeah, remember that time you wanted to get into adventure riding?
Yeah.
And then I saw that and I was like, oh, you
Yeah,
son of a
well,
bitch.
we need to keep an eye on the clock because I want to
Yeah.
make sure we watch that. We Bo found this ridiculous video. It's just a guy on a Tenere 700. He clearly knows exactly what he's doing.
Banana Nut Crunch.
And he is banana nut crunch with ice cream instead of milk.
Yeah.
Like it's full send. But here's the interesting thing that I think we're seeing in the motorcycle industry in general.
Middleweights.
Huh?
Middleweights.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
strong. I think
Yeah.
that people are now realizing that for so long, I feel like people started on this is going to be a generalization, but you guys will probably understand what I'm saying. People would start on a 300, 400 these days. They would, in their head, it's like, cool, when I get a couple years experience, I'll go to a 600. And then after that 600, I'll go to 1,000. And then I'll be at the top of the game. I think as a motorcycle industry, people are realizing that, yes, you can go faster on the bigger bikes, but people are getting
does
those
not
bigger
equal
bikes.
make fun.
No, people are getting those bigger
Yeah.
bikes. They're going faster and being like, well, shit, now I got to deal with all this weight.
Yeah.
Now I got to deal, like, yes.
I think you guys mentioned this when you did the Touareg impressions video.
Yeah, do we?
Yeah, because it was like it was a light bulb moment because I was like, bro, and I've always said that like middleweights are kind of the sweet spot. Because,
Absolutely.
because you can get in trouble with them.
You
but
have a
they're
good
much-
amount of usable power,
Exactly.
but it's not like, if we're all going to be honest, nobody needs any. Well, we can't go need because then it's like, oh, 250, that's all you need. But
Sometimes that's where you and I differ because like you can totally, and people do it all over the place, ride a 250.
yeah,
Everywhere you go and be completely safe. You don't need power. You want
yeah,
power.
you can't talk
you
about
have to
need with
justify
motorcycles.
your want
Right.
as a need.
The point though, middleweight, that 650, 700 range, it has this middle area of they're all super light, power wise they are super capable,
yeah,
and at this point we're seeing technology that's only been in the upper level motorcycles. Like you said, the
Trickle
longer
down.
that technology's there, the lower it goes.
yeah,
So we're seeing motorcycles start to have like phenomenal traction control, ABS, rider modes, like lean sensitive ABS, like crazy stuff.
yeah. The more that those bikes and those platforms stay the same and have incremental upgrades, and means that the R&D for them is paid for.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about it anymore, and all they can do is like iterations. But all the big stuff that they're basically filtering all the new technology through.
Right.
Once that's done, it has nowhere to go but the rest of their line.
I'm not going to lie to you, Bo. Right now, the only thing stopping me from selling my WR and being like putting a deposit down on a TS7 is the fact that I'm just one of these idiots that I like having rider modes, and as stupid as it is,
Yeah.
if I'm going to be sitting on a motorcycle looking at a screen, I want it to be a cool looking screen. I already have a bike with a shitty screen.
I don't know, man.
Right.
I rode that Tiger 900 and I didn't give a shit about that screen.
You say that, but it's because it's a nice
Bro,
screen.
I had to move. I got in trouble for putting my speedometer away from. I took my speedometer down and put it where I couldn't see it.
I mean,
I don't give a shit about my screen or what it looks like as long as it tells me the things I need to know. Sure, having a nice display is cool, especially if you've got lots of information that needs to be shown.
Yeah.
But I can tell you this, on a bunch of those Triumphs, I looked at it and I'm like, there is so much unnecessary shit on this screen. They had this butterfly RPM.
Yeah,
And I'm
right?
like,
How cool.
No, not cool. What am I looking at? I just wanted to see my RPM, and I've got to fucking decipher this hieroglyph that's in front of me. Like, just make it simple and like,
Well,
I don't
want
like-
not to argue with my own self, but I do.
I will agree with that if they make it to where it fucking makes sense. I'm sorry, but those screens on the Triumphs, I was just like, this is bullshit.
So we'll differ opinion on that.
70 million things in this little tiny RPM, and it's gray and light gray. So you can't really tell where the RPM is, and I'm just like, this is useless.
Okay, they're not perfect, but
Yeah.
Not to argue with myself, but I am now having a remembrance of the BMW F900R that I rode the other day that had all the tech I could ever want, but then the engine wasn't good. So is the T7...
So let's show people what the T7 is capable of.
Well, the T7, if we all, in case you guys don't know, T7's got that CP2 engine, which is what the MT-07 has, and there are times, honestly, where I think about selling the MT-10 and getting an MT-07. I'm not even lying.
Okay, so here's the thing. Go ahead and pull up that, because this is exactly why I don't give a shit about a screen. And what it looks like. As long as it gives me the information I need. Is it on ad status?
It's on ad status.
I'm going to wait until the ad's up, and then I'll play it.
I just want to be clear, guys. I don't think I'll ever be able to ride like this guy, but it would be a travesty if we didn't show you guys this
Go
video.
for it.
This guy is on a Yamaha Tenere 700.
Yep. Nobody
Shitty
gives a
screen?
shit. Yeah, shitty screen and all. And look at that. I can clearly see what I need to see right there.
That I'm going 150 kilometers an hour.
This isn't even the good shit, man. This is the street stuff.
Yeah, guys, watch his entrance. Watch his entrance to the...
It's full sin, dude.
Watch it. Full send onto the dirt. Okay, now the game has started.
Shit. Yeah, this
Watch
is real
this.
shit. This is
Okay, giant rocks. Dude, that'd take me 45... Oh, my God.
Bro.
Just the fullest of sin.
This guy is... Okay, first off, this guy is a professional racer. Has to be.
Yes,
there's no way.
we need to clarify. Do not do this at home. I like the fact that nothing this guy does in this video slows him down or makes him like think more about anything.
Look at the size of those fucking rocks.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I think in one of these, it's just like real. There
That,
it is.
yeah,
Oh.
that. But what is?
Who needs a screen, dude? That guy's not looking at his screen.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Oh, here he comes.
See, this makes me realize, like when I'm riding the MT-07 around, I'm like, I'm not really looking at the screen much.
Yeah, this guy. This is such a good bike. This isn't even the good stuff yet. Like,
oh yeah, he's about to go up a mountain, and it's going to get real interesting.
Like, this is
real
open
quick.
fields. Wait till we get to the craziness that is the mountain riding.
Yeah, he does some weird drifty around turn shit.
We're looking at like these rocks. Perspective is weird, but these rocks that he's rolling over have to be the size of your head in some cases.
Yeah, and look at him full. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Did
not
you
stopping.
see it?
Yeah, not stopping him.
Oh, bridge,
Yeah,
hard
fuck that
right.
bridge.
Takes a hard right off the. Okay, this is what blows my mind. The cool off bike shots are neat.
Yeah.
But dude, when you see what he's seeing,
Yeah.
you're like, bro, I would have ran out of shit in my pants. I can't eat enough to
I have
shit
no
that
more
much.
poop to
I cannot
pants.
poop enough.
I have no more poop
I
left
have
to
no
pants.
more poop to pants.
This guy is insane.
And he's rev limiter the whole day.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping this dude too. So,
Oh my goodness gracious, dude.
also, I don't know where he's at. I can't. I looked it up when we did the video. I don't remember where he's from. It is in like Asia somewhere, I think.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing like that where we live.
Right. See, this is the thing. Like, you watch videos like this. Please be safe.
Oh my goodness.
100 and look up what 170 kilometers an hour is,
I mean,
because he was chunking it. It's got to be 85,
Here we
right?
go. Here we go. We're gonna.
Oh, this is where the shit pops off.
So he starts going full sin. There's also at the end of this video, there is a he's in snow. Doing
Yeah,
this shit.
like.
Oh,
Be careful.
I mean,
Oh, God.
like this is the kind of shit that I absolutely love, and the whole reason that I got like a resurgence in wanting to ADV, because I'm like, this is like the kind of shit that we used to do on dirt bikes on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
I didn't care about like MX or anything anything like that.
Oh,
I
God,
wanted to ride like this. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
my butthole is puckering
Bro,
for him. Oh
in
my!
a
Oh my
turn.
God! He goes into the wall.
He's just
No!
a full fucking do.
Oh my!
This is what I'm
God.
talking about. Just wheels up, just in the.
Bro, the front wheel's supposed to be on the ground, not first.
I love how he's just like fucking. I don't care. I'm using the wall.
Yeah, he utilized the wall. He ran into the
Yeah.
wall intentionally.
As long as I'm not off the bike, I'm still on the bike.
Yes, am still good.
But, oh my
Like,
God.
What?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Now he's in like some elevation and shit. It's like real sketch ass roads.
Right.
Full
This
send.
is the most ridiculous. And
All right.
guys, we'll have a link to this video if you guys want
Yes.
to go watch it. Oh
Yes,
my
yes.
God.
Let's go buy him right now.
Okay, here.
Buy 2 of them.
All right, Bo. Here's the question though.
Yeah.
It's been on the channel
Yeah.
that you are in the process of your next motorcycle, the long process. What do you think the chances are I sell my WR and we both get middleweight adventure bikes? Think about it. The ride to work would be solid, and then we could just.
Do you know how badly I want a bagger right now?
I do, but also here. Oh, you want a bagger? But let me remind you.
Yeah, but that's that guy. I'm not that guy.
Oh, we could become this guy. Come on, dude. With enough time, we
Yeah.
could do that. Probably, you know? Yeah, come on.
Look at this guy. Just the fullest of sins. Bro.
You know, think about it. Oh my God. Bro, come on. Bagger versus this? Live a little.
Yeah, I know. But like
Look. You could get bags for this. You could get bags for any of these bikes.
yeah, there's time and training and there's talent. That guy gets it.
Hey, whoever, Troy, shh. I'm trying to convince somebody. I'm trying to make somebody do I'm trying to impulse buy. Come on, dude. Look at this.
See your wife. Live a little? Question mark. Lamau. Bro, this guy is, in the jungle. Yeah, that's, people like this have probably been riding since they were like 5 or 6. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm not saying we got to do this, but like being able to take a bike on road to a dirt track
Here's the
and
thing.
then ride around
If we were
cautiously?
gonna do it I'd rather trailer up pure dirt bikes to a dirt bike place.
That's not fun. That's not adventure.
It kind of is.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me remind you more of what's happening. Come on. Oh, the snow. Snows. Look, Bo, snow.
This is dummy. Look at this guy.
He can't even see where he's going. Why is he doing that?
Look how deep it is.
Bro, it's
So this is the same road, but in winter.
why is it silent in the snow? That freaks me out a little.
Yeah. Well, it's being covered by snow.
Bro, the snow goes halfway up his tire.
My favorite part of this video is at the end, where he is going over the bridge and kicking off torso-sized pieces of ice that have collected on the bottom.
That's
of his
it.
bike.
And that's at the end of this video?
Yeah, it'll be.
Oh, I haven't seen that part.
Yeah. So he comes across. Yeah, it's amazing. You're just like, this guy's like, bam. He is so deep in that snow.
Yeah, that's insane.
Okay, so watch. Here it comes. He goes, clink, clink. Look at the snow capped on the bottom of that. The whole thing is covered in ice.
Okay.
All right, so that's what kind of prompted this whole thought process. And when I had the opportunity to ride the Tiger, because it was the first adventure bike I'd ever been able to ride and feel comfortable on, I was just like, bro, I get the bagger in the garage, and then second bike, because here, and I will say this, I would go back to not owning a car if I had those two as options.
You would ride in the rain, in the cold, in the heat.
Yeah, because I'd be able to. The bagger can help in colder times and rain.
Okay. So the bagger would be I've got heated grips. I've got all the tech that I need. And then on the pretty days, you'd ride the adventure bike.
Yeah.
The middleweight adventure bike.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd be down. Hey,
interesting.
do we want to pick a winner? We got 5
Yeah,
minutes.
you go do that. So
I already know which one I'm going to do. It's not even.
you're already in Discord and you know?
Yeah, sorry. There's no question. I can't not do it.
It's that big of a deal? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it is.
It's not a huge deal, but it's a deal.
It's pretty good.
All right, I'm logging on Discord now. So guys, that's the middleweight sector. I think honestly, I'm sold on the fact that I am going to sell my WR and probably get a middleweight adventure bike.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be yet. I've still got to figure that out because, like I said,
This guy gets it. Mondragon 078 said, "How about this? Get a bagger, then get a trailer for the bagger, and haul a dirt bike behind the bagger."
Sold. I'll ride my middleweight adventure with you with the bagger, and you'll have the baby trailer with the dirt bike. Sold. All right, who is who's
small bore 2 wheels? There's no way I can't do it, guys. I'm going to switch to your screen. Yeah, come on, Dirty Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt and it's a Yamaha, and people think I'm sponsored by Yamaha. So
in
great.
certain circles, that is my nickname. They call me Dirty Joe.
Oh my god!
As an homage to my glorious hair.
My interview status
and trash
should be
panda
like
status.
I would ask you questions about why do people call you Dirty Joe? I don't want to know why people call you Dirty Joe. You can keep that for yourself.
Yeah, Dirty Joe Dirt. I'm Dirty, man.
So
I'm a dirt bag, like literally a dirt bag.
Stop saying that so proudly. Jeez.
I don't care.
So reach out to whoever that is, whoever posted that, and get them a $50 Revzilla gift card.
Yeah, he's in chat right now, bud.
Guys, I need to figure this out. If you guys have any recommendations, if any of you guys legitimately own these middleweight adventures, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments if you're watching this video, or if you're live here.
I'm
the
just gonna
T7
leave Joe Dirt up there for the remainder.
No, you're
of
good.
this.
The T7 has my heart.
Yeah.
I just want the tech, but do I?
That's where. I don't think you do.
Well, here's my thing. That MT-07 ain't got tech, and I love the shit out of it. So my question is, and I've said this in videos, do I love it because it doesn't have tech? What is in my brain, Bo, that makes me think I want tech in a motorcycle?
Because you like tech everywhere else.
Huh.
You integrate tech a lot in your life, so it makes sense that you would want it in your bike since that's a large part of what your life is.
Right.
But sometimes you don't need it.
Well, something.
So
I
like
will say,
the RC8 is a perfect example of that. It's a race bike. It's totally analog.
Yeah.
And so like you have to give and take. Like, do you want tech or do you need tech or do you want tech?
Well, so here's with the T7, I don't need tech, but the one thing I wish that thing had, cruise control. My God, that needs cruise control. Because if I wanted to take it on a super long trip, couldn't do that. I'd have to take the MT-10 because it's got cruise control.
Yeah.
And somebody asked in the chat, where's the R7 mountain video?
I already replied soon, TM.
Soon, TM. There you go. Next week sometime. Oh, no, it's not next week because we've got all the Learn to Ride series.
Which I'm excited to share with you guys.
2 weeks from today, probably.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right, guys.
So all we need to do is get like 4 adventure bikes in the shop and we'll be set.
I look forward to reading through these comments because I'm really interested with... We end up having a lot of comments, and this happens on First Rides too, where people that have bought the motorcycles that I'm talking about comment who have had actual mileage and time on these motorcycles. So I love reading the comments and finding out what you guys know. Helps me out. So if any of you guys got middleweight adventures or bigweight adventures.
I'd like to see how much of our crowd is, because we've said this before, and I'll be brief on this, is that your demographic has grown with you. We've gotten a lot of new, younger people.
My demographic grows with me, but about 2 to 3 years behind me.
Right. And so, like, that's a natural progression for a lot of people is to get into that kind of stuff, even if it's a secondary bike and they have a primary bike. So I'd be curious to see how many of us out there are ADV riders.
I would also like to drop the ball, or drop the mic. Drop the ball. Do that plenty of times. I'll drop the mic with when I picked up the R7 from Yamaha. Do you remember that day?
I do.
Do you remember what he told us? You left because it was raining.
Yep.
He told me when we're done with the MT-07 and the R7, which we are almost done with now, he says he has a T7 sitting up there that's ready to go. Interesting indeed. We'll see you guys next week. Later. Yes!
And now we're out.
That's pretty great. T7, man.